As we have been moving into these crisp, chilly autumn days, I have had a lot on my mind regarding transitions and portals. Historically, the autumnal equinox was a time to give thanks for the summer months and all that came with them. It was also a time when our ancient ancestors welcomed the coming of darker months. So how can we continue to feel this transition in our lives now that we live so conveniently with electricity, grocery stores, and modern-day shelters? How can we continue to embrace this practice of preparation within ourselves as we enter into the darker months of the year? I like to think of this time as being in the womb space again. It's the perfect cocoon. We can actually recreate a space of introspective restructuring in our lives. Like adding broth, spices, and root vegetables into a large cast iron cauldron, we can enter this time of year and nourish our lives. I used to be someone who resisted the cold and dark, especially the gray and rainy days. Growing up in southeastern Connecticut, I was only happy during summer when I got to be outside, spending time in the ocean and wearing my tank tops all day. It was all I thought about all year, along with the dream to live in Southern California when I grew up, like my aunt and my grandparents. Well, I didn't move to Cali, but when I turned 29, I finally left New England and headed to warmer weather to live on my own. I desperately wanted heat, and since I was in a wheelchair, accessibility. I spent the next 4 years in Orlando, Florida, and let me tell you, it was wonderful and surreal all at once. Oh, how I enjoyed being able to go outside all year round to soak up the sun. But you know what happened? I started to miss home when the holidays came. I realized that it was so amazing to have seasons and to actually flow my life with them. My favorite part about living in Florida, though, was meeting my husband. When we started dating, he was finishing up his PhD, and I didn't consider that I would ever be leaving Florida. I mean, I had left the cold for good, right? Wrong. Right before he graduated, my husband got an offer in southern Michigan, and after much contemplation, we both decided we were up for the change. So, back up north we went. It was not easy at first. I couldn't stand the cold, and I hated wearing long sleeves. I despised the gray, gloomy days, while my husband, who had never experienced four-season living, was in total awe and wonder of it all. He grew up in South India and then went to school in Florida. So, this was like magic to him. And to be honest, it really helped me to see everything through his eyes. I started to catch the wonder of it all. It has now been 3.5 years, and I'm finally settling into the seasonal way of life. It feels so refreshing to look upon nature and admire it all. I find myself saying things like, "What a beautiful rainy day," and then stepping back to acknowledge how much I've grown. We took a spontaneous drive to a local metro park that we had never been to. The sun was shining, and the leaves were becoming bright reds, oranges, and yellows, and I just simply could not miss the opportunity to smell that slightly crispy, burnt, earthy scent on the air. I wanted to drink in the colors as we drove down the highway, wishing my eyes were video cameras. I am so grateful that I can know in my heart that life is about experiencing it all. Life is a portal. What is a portal? The synonyms I like from Webster's Online Dictionary are gateway, bridge, door, entrance, and exit. As we walked along the path, I started seeing portals all around me. Each bridge we crossed could be experienced as welcoming in the new and allowing the old to fall away. It changed depending on which side I gazed out from. Was I watching the water flow gently towards me or away from me? What was coming and what was going? Could I allow myself to experience these flows at the same time? Could I experience that I am the portal through which all that is gets to experience these sacred transitions? These moments are the gifts of living in the flow of the season, no matter what that looks like or where you live. Can you simply let your life keep changing and flowing like a river does? Can you enter that womb space, that cocoon? Can you enter the dark and experience it in its fullness? Perhaps those who long for the light must learn how to face the darkness within themselves. We are in the evening hour over here, and it's twilight. There's just a little bit of drizzling rain going on outside, and I'm just really embracing what this whole video was about. It is cold, dark, rainy, cloudy day, but it was actually really beautiful. So this is just a fun adventure to be vlogging with you all, and if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. When quarantine started, I just began exploring what is it that I want to contribute to the world this year, and what do I want to create in 2020. I've been able to take some of that extra time that would have been spent traveling around the country to be home and develop new skills. Right at the beginning of the pandemic, we changed our apartments specifically for this window. And I am so happy we did, because I get to watch the seasons change. We've just been really enjoying watching all of the different types of animals and birds and everyone who comes to feed in our little back patio of an apartment complex. For having to be home so much, this window and this patio has been such a blessing, and that connection to nature. Being someone that's in a wheelchair is also so important to me, and I feel like, nature comes to me. If you have the ability to introspect this year, I think that now is the time. And as someone who teaches self-development courses and as an artist, I have just been really trying to use that creativity in ways that will help others. So I created my website as a little home base and a place where people can find me, find my work, and just learn more about what I have to offer. Right now, if you join the Cocoon Club, you'll get a free download of the Discover Your Inner Harvest Creativity Guide. On each page, it's going to prompt you to look a little deeper and create more sacred space in your life. And whether that is determining which friends and family are in your circle of trust, or looking at what you can let go of this year, or thinking to the future. I also invite you to take a walk and count your blessings. You can do that by picking up little acorns. I invite you to craft your own morning routine and evening routine for this season. And wherever you are in the world, I invite you to feel autumn and what that means to you. Happy New Year for those who celebrate Halloween as a new year. I know in the Celtic tradition it is called Samhain or Samhain or Samhain. I've been really diving into my own Celtic roots and so fascinated with how these ancient traditions resonate in my heart, and these nature spiritual paths feel so good. So I've been trying to just take a little time each month to feel where we're at in the Celtic wheel, and since I have so much of my own lineage coming from there, it's just been really beautiful. So many blessings for this time, a time to really celebrate our ancestry and where we come from, and also take a look at our year and what we want to create next. Heading into these darker, colder months is going to be just that much more special to spend with other people through the internet. So thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell button. I will be uploading every other week, and I will do my best to have it be out every Friday. So that's my plan. We'll see how it goes. All my best. Happy cocooning. Much love. Bye-bye.